I'm Philip Avans from Belgium. I'm one of the two pilots for the Belgian team. We both fly F-15s from my new kit. It's an all-composite F-15, which is a development that I've started 23 years ago with my first F-15, which I've had numerous successes, twice world champion FAI scale. It's a further development following the trend of all composite airplanes, with also more attention to detail, more attention to prefabrication, whereas in the past you had to work a long time to have a detailed landing gear. I have all the parts, made it all very simple for a potential competitor to buy the parts of me and build a competition airplane in a fairly short time. I have all Futaba gear for the radio system. I have 4 digital servos for the control surfaces, which are the ailerons and the rudders. I have 2 gyros, one for roll control to stabilize the airplane in roll, and one for rudder control, especially in turbulent conditions like we've had here. This is very useful. The airplane has a tendency to fishtail if you don't do it. The turbine is AMT Mercury HP from Netherlands, a very reliable turbine. Puts out 9 kilos of thrust, which is just ideal for this 12 kilo airplane to fly in a realistic way. I modeled this airplane because I had the opportunity to photograph the real one back in 1985 when the airplane came to Coxside Air Base, the air base I live very close to, and where I also spent 20 years flying helicopters. I had a chat with the pilot and I said, I'm busy building an F-15, can I take some photographs? And he let me in the cockpit, he let me walk all over the airplane and take all the detailed photographs. So I've been faithful to that pilot and always modeled the same airplane. Actually, it's the same one I built for the FAI scale competition, exactly the same, so I could use the same documentation, but I have improved in the areas where I still had some errors. The cockpit interior is definitely one of the nicest cockpit interiors you will see at this competition. The nozzles are also a work of art, even if I say it myself. That is museum scale. Although it's not always been appreciated by the judges, the level of craftsmanship involved to make those details. The landing gear is also very highly detailed, especially the nose landing gear, which is quite intricate type of equipment. And then all the grills on the top of the airplane are faithfully reproduced. I actually had one flight in a 2-seater F-15, but I used to fly F-104 Starfighters and F-16s. Before that, in pilot training, I also flew Fuga Magister and T-33. The biggest difference is that to become a jet pilot in the real world, you get extensive training. You're really held by the hand throughout the complete training. And flying a real airplane is actually easier than flying a model airplane, because you have all the parameters, you have airspeed, you have angle of attack, all the critical information you need to safely fly the airplane, and especially to land the airplane, is there available for you. Furthermore, all movements are instinctive in the correct direction. If your left-hand wing dips low, you instinctively make the correction, as opposed to a model airplane that flies towards you, you know that you have to change that. So that's a whole different world. The competition has been set back a little bit by an accident. I think overall the people who organized the event did everything they could, but they are understaffed. And that is a problem that we can feel during the competition. But at the end of the day, I think we will have a fair competition, and that's the most important that we want.
Finished.